Welcoming Charles Rosa, Boston Strong, to the program today. Down there, American Top Team, of course, in the background. You can tell it's nice weather down there in southern Florida, Miami right now. Yeah. For everybody that's getting ready for Christmas and sitting in the snow, there is a benefit, obviously, not only being in American Top Team. There's so many great fighters down there, of course, with Robbie Lawler, the champ, is down there, and a multitude of others. But you've also got great weather year-round pretty much, minus hurricane season. Other than that, it's awesome weather. Was that one of the deciding factors for you to jump down to American Top Team?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's probably the best thing is every day you can really just focus on fighting. There's no snow to say they cancel training for the day. Every day you get up, you just put your flip-flops on, you go into the gym, you get back, lay by the pool, rest. Sometimes get a little bit of sun and then go back and do it again at night. And, man, it's really the dream life down here. Pretty much every place that you could stay at, especially the place I'm at now, I got a nice place, but everyone has a pool, jacuzzi.
Mm-hmm.
It's really relaxing. Then you can go to the beach too. Sometimes you get some cuts and scrapes from training, and you jump in the salt water, and it helps a lot. So we're in Boston, up in New England, you can only do that in the spring or summertime. So helps.
So you say a nice place. Is it? I mean, I'm assuming you're renting. You haven't bought a spot down there yet. Do you have roommates, or you live by yourself, or how's the situation work living wise?
Yeah, I got one roommate. He's actually my strength conditioning coach. One of my buddies, Sam. He's one of the first kids I met down here when I first moved down. So it works out good because he's big into nutrition and strength training and health, which I don't know a lot about, is like the strength and the conditioning stuff. So it's like he's like a perfect roommate for me. But yeah, I rent a place down here. I rent a place. I'm actually looking to buy a place because I had a couple of good bonuses from the fight, so I'm definitely looking into a place. But down here, it's so easy to rent a place because they got. I mean, I don't really want to take care of my own pool and take care of the AC if it breaks and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's too much. I just want to focus on fighting. So to rent a place down here, it seems like it makes much more sense. If anything breaks, dryer, washer, the pool's not working, they fix it pretty quick.
Are you going to buy down there, or are you going to buy back in Boston?
Yeah, I think I'm going to buy a place down here just because either way, even if I do decide to move back to Boston or something like that, it's still a place I want to have for the winter to come down here. And it's pretty nice down there, man. So definitely going to get a spot.
Well, enough talking about your living situation. Let's talk about Jimmy Hedis. That's your opponent coming up here on UFC on Fox 18. This is a big deal. Like, this is gonna be a big fight. How are you prepping for this fight? Is it any differently than normal, or is it just another day for you?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much every fight even since my amateurs, I've trained as much as my body lets me. You know what I'm saying? But the difference now is being in the UFC and being at this level is getting the right coaches, getting the right sparring partners. For example, he's a southpaw. I never really looked at like that before. I mean, I would just spar with anybody to get ready for a fight, make sure I'm in shape. But now the coach is like, listen, he's a southpaw, so we're gonna get southpaws to spar with, and you definitely get a different look, different angles. And then for my grappling rounds, jiu-jitsu rounds, instead of just putting me with anybody like guys that I'm way better than, they're putting me with the best jiu-jitsu guys that we got in the gym. We got some good guys, so. Getting good looks for everything. Definitely, focusing on, keeping my submission defense sharp. Working on the ground a lot, and on the feet, definitely keeping the distance, and just making sure that I'm in shape and kind of I'm well conditioned everywhere, on the ground, on the feet, everywhere. Because I noticed that he slows down a lot on the feet. So if I can keep my good footwork and stuff like that, I think it'll be a big issue for him.
We talked about before we started recording actually this interview that you just came from sparring today.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday. Do you spar? How many days a week do you guys spar?
I usually spar twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Pretty much do between 5 and 7 rounds, 5-minute rounds, and we usually do like three or four stand-up rounds, and then 3 or 4 MMA rounds with the small gloves. So It's a little bit. Hard contact with the small gloves because you can't take too much damage. So it's a little bit more like grappling rounds type, like lighter strikes. But it's definitely a good workout. Every time I'm done, I'm soaked and I'm tired, and that's the way I want to be. I want to kind of push it to the limit every time.
Now, you said earlier you don't know much about the science of fighting, as far as like strength and conditioning and nutrition and all that stuff, and that's why you have the roommate you have to help you in that aspect. There's also been some stuff coming out lately, and actually Lawler, there's an old interview with Robbie where he was like, he didn't spar for 6 years.
Yeah, I saw
his body was beat up, right? And now, obviously, you guys are sparring down American Top Team, twice a week. You're 29, so you're young enough where you can still keep sparring like that. But is there a point where the coaches at American Top Team, specifically Labarrio, where he goes, "Okay, you're at that age now. You've had enough time in the cage or ring that you don't need to be sparring now twice a week." Do they back some of the older veteran guys off of sparring as much as you, or is pretty much everybody in the room sparring twice a week?
Yeah, I mean the coaches are starting to look into that more, I think, but it's kind of always up to the fighter. If the guy says, "Hey, I want to spar today," but that's definitely one of the things in the last couple of years that I've looked at. The most important is, I look at fighting, especially with the last couple of years. The most important thing is staying healthy. So that's the number one priority over anything. So if I ever feel like, oh, something's bothering me, something's a little tight, I'm not going to spar. I mean, I don't force myself to spar. I spar when my body says that I'm okay to. If I ever take like a big shot or something in training, I might say, hey, I'm going to take Thursday off, or I'm not even going to spar this week because it's not. The most important thing is that my body's healthy and getting to the fight, because I know once the fight happens, I'm going to be able to take a punch. I'm not going to quit, and that's
Right.
it. So I think a lot of guys, they sometimes they overtrain, they spar like 3 or 4 times a week. They're just crazy and they never make it to the fight. Yeah, they're great in the gym. They're doing they're taking all their shots in
Right.
the gym, but you got to save that for the fight and save that for the big show when it counts and you're getting paid for it.
That's actually really smart. I've talked to quite a few athletes, and they're like, "Yeah, man, I put everything into training. Like I put everything into training. Everything I sparred so hard. I got ready. When it was time to fight, I couldn't fight because the training camp hurt me so much. Like, it didn't make any sense. Like you got to be a little bit smart about where you go and how you do things. So that's actually really good to hear you talk like that. That you do pay attention to your body, and you pay attention to your things. Now, is that something that you just kind of always done? That, or was it something that somebody sat you down early in your career and was like, "Look, this is what you got to start paying attention to now, otherwise your career will be short."
Yeah, definitely wasn't something I always did. The first 3 years of my training, I mean, I got a late start at the game. I was 22 years old when I walked into Charles McCarthy's gym. I went right into the fire. I mean, I would train as much as my body possible. I definitely overtrained. It was like ridiculous. So for 3 years, I didn't have a car. I rode my bike to every training session, which was like a 5 to 7 mile bike ride. So I'd ride there, train, ride my bike back, and then do it again at night, go work, and then, ride my bike to work, ride home, and then go train whenever I could. So constantly riding my bike, constantly moving, and man, I started to notice it after like 3 or 4 years. Charles McCarthy told me, he said, listen, man, you're going to have a life after fighting too. It can't just be, you got to take care of your body. It's the most important thing. And then I think I also heard, so Charles McCarthy kind of did, my mentor, he sat me down and he told me, he said, listen, man, you got to take care of your body. It doesn't matter what anybody's telling you. You have to know your body more yourself than anybody, because like I said, there's going to be a time where you're retired, you're done fighting, and you're going to want to be able to throw a ball to your kids or go for a walk or something. So that's definitely important to me. So that's something I've learned from for sure.
Good, smart, smart. Taking the earlier career, the earlier guys now are starting to get pay attention to it, and not
Yeah,
being all of a sudden like late 30s and like, oh, now I'm gonna start slowing down. You're getting smart now, which means still be
yeah,
super active coming in your late 30s. How
yeah.
you're 29 now, is that right?
Yep, 29 years old.
Is
Yeah.
Do you have a plan for like, hey, 35 I'm done, or 38 I'm gonna be done? Is there a plan of that? You're just gonna go until your body can't go anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty much gonna be up to my body. I think I was a little bit of like kind of like a late bloomer as far as like maturing. I was always little in high school. I don't think I like fully matured till I was like maybe even 22, 23 years old. So I think if I had the body I had now in high school, I think I would have been, I mean, I was a hockey player. I think I'd be in the NHL right now. There's not really a doubt in my mind about that. I was always like 115, 120 pounds, high school. So I was going against like kids that were much bigger and stronger. And I even played football and lacrosse. Like I said, if I had the body and the athleticism I have now in high school, I think it would have took me a lot further. And that I just kind of a little bit of late bloomer. So, now I think it's kind of a little beneficial for my MMA career, because I think I'm going to have a little bit of a longer window than some guys or most guys. And uh, like I said, I mean, my body feels great right now. I think wrestling did a little, learning how to wrestle, because I didn't wrestle in high school and stuff like that, has been doing a little bit of number on it. So I've been having to back off that a little bit. But
Okay.
besides that, yeah, it's like I started feeling, oh, my neck hurts, my back hurts, but I've been kind of taking it a little bit easier with that, and my body's feeling real good again. So doing a little bit more stretching and yoga and just kind of massages and stuff like that, and it's
Yep.
been helping a lot. So I feel great. I feel, every year I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life. Every fight, I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life, and that hasn't stopped happening yet. So maybe until that stopped happening, where I'm like, oh, I don't feel the same as I did the last fight, I'll be that'll just be signs that I only have a couple of years left.
What's your weight like? You say you didn't mature until very late, but that also means too that you're lifting a lot more, you're running a lot more, which means you're going to put some more size on, obviously.
Yeah,
So is your weight still within the realm, or are you getting? Do you feel
yeah,
like you're getting bigger every fight?
yeah. That's I mean, I'm always getting a little bit stronger. I've noticed even since the last couple of years, like doing a lot of more wrestling, been putting a little bit more weight on. But I've also used to not pay attention to my diet way before us too. So now that's one of the things. I'm a graduate from culinary school from Johnson and Wales University
Oh,
in Providence. And I was actually got a degree in culinary arts
wow.
and and was trying to get a degree in nutrition. I have like maybe one trimester left till I got my degree in nutrition. I just didn't finish it, so I definitely have a good background on that stuff and know a lot about it, and it's been helping me a lot. Kind of using that information. I didn't use it in the beginning of my career. I just ate whatever I wanted, trained as much as I could. But then I was starting to realize, like, I fought at 170, fought at 155, 145. I'm sure you know about that.
Yeah.
I like watched a lot of your career. You're a legend in
Thank you.
Pride, your fights and stuff like that. You
Thank you.
fought all the guys in the world, so I'm sure you know about fighting different weight classes or fighting whatever. So, but times have changed now, and everybody is up to date with it. So you have to be.
Do you have a particular style that you cook that, you like an Asian style, American fusion? Is there a particular style that you like to cook that helps
I
you?
mean, uh, I can cook any style. I went to school, but my favorite's Italian. I grew up in an
Okay.
Italian family. My dad, always had big, pasta dinners and stuff like that. So, making the sauce and the stuff like that. And I got a huge family. I'm actually going home for Christmas tomorrow for like 2 or 3 days. So I'm gonna,
Okay.
it's gonna be torture seeing all
Yeah.
the food and stuff. But it's the sacrifices I'm willing to make to do what I do, and it just keeps me even more on point with to see and to make those sacrifices when the time comes.
Now, do you cook for yourself mostly, or do you order out, or what do you do? Like, what's your eating situation? I mean, for the guy that knows
Yeah,
how to cook, you would think you would cook more, but it becomes kind of tedious.
yeah, it definitely becomes tedious. So that's one of the things. I have a couple spots. The restaurant I worked for, Cut 432. That we have like 3 or 4 different restaurants that are right near my house, and they get fresh fish in every day. They have 5-star
Okay.
restaurants. So I get to go there maybe I'd say 3 or 4 times a week for dinner or lunch, and be able to tell them, hey, I want this grilled salmon with the spinach, and they know how to make it for me. They're on my team, so and I know it's fresh stuff. And then when the time for me is also for me to cook, I do what I got to do. Every morning I get up, make 2 eggs, and I'll make those with a piece of wheat toast, and it's pretty simple. Like I mean, I got it down that I can make my meals in like literally 5 minutes. I can cook
Okay.
up something, boom, 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 and they're like, "Well, how'd you make that so fast?" And I'm just like, I've done it so many times, and I have everything prepped the way that the chicken's already ready. Just heat the pan up, toss it on, flip it, and it's ready to go, and then just toss the spinach in. And it's I kind of got it down to a pretty good science now and make it fast because I'm not like I'm really impatient. If I'm hungry, I just want to eat, so it's hard not to
Yeah.
miss somewhere and stuff like that. But I got a couple good sponsors. I got this place, Planet Juice, which is like a juice place. So
Mm.
every day on the way home, stop, I get a big green drink. They sponsor me, so they give it to me for nothing, and
Good.
good people. And then I got a place that gives me a piece of fish once in a while and stuff like that. So I got little people helping out everywhere I can,
Yeah.
and it helps a lot, man, for sure. So
Yeah, it does. It really does. Like that little bit. I mean, to the folks at home, it sounds like, well, that's kind of like one drink and one piece of fish and 3, 4 days a week. Like that's kind of silly. But you're like, when you're running, like you're literally running from practice to practice to nap to the chiropractor to the massage therapist. Like you're literally running back and forth to all these places, getting these little things makes a huge difference. So,
oh, definitely, definitely.
Charles, thanks so much for coming on here. I appreciate it. It was great to finally speak with you, man. Good luck. It's going to be a great fight. I really do think this is going to be one of the fights to watch on the entire card. Have fun, man. Enjoy the rest of your training camp. Enjoy Christmas, and we'll talk
Yeah,
again soon.
so you too, man. Merry Christmas, and it was great talking to you, man. Huge fan of yours too. So
Thank you.
it's
Thanks
great.
so much, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll talk soon.
All right, you too, man. See you later.